Hey guys, the last that you saw of me was a couple weeks ago. I was working on a wax ring and I got super tired and put it down. I decided I would wait to resume this part of the video until I got my wax rounds in so that I can make the prongs on the ring I was making for you guys. And they finally came. This is what they look like. It's different gauges listed, so it goes from 20 to 6 gauge. So 20 is the thinnest, as you can kind of see here. And 6 gauge, obviously, is the thickest. Look at that monster. So the cool thing about these is that it makes it super, super easy to make prongs in your jewelry when you're doing wax creations. I decided I would wait to finish out this ring until I got this. I just practiced a little bit, and I'll show a little close-up of this. It's super sloppy. Don't come at me, okay? You can kind of see here now that I was practicing some prongs. Trying to put these tiny little prongs on with a soldering iron is a little bit difficult. The wax melts in such a quick amount of time that it's a little difficult to keep the ring steady while holding the wax wire and the soldering iron and trying to melt it together without moving your hand so much that the wax like pulls apart before it hardens and cools at enough time. I practice it. I made a 6-prong ring, sideways ring. I need to get a stone for, but I really like the design. I'm excited for it. I think it looks sick. And then as I was looking at the ring itself, I decided it looks kind of like fake for some reason, like cartoony. To be honest, I don't really care for how it's turning out, so I am gonna alter it a little bit, and I'll show you guys the before and after of where I'm going with this design. The stone that's going to be in it is a tourmaline. It's kind of blue in tint, almost like a very light aquamarine, but it is actually a tourmaline.
So right now I'm just going in with my soldering iron, kind of cleaning up the edges, giving it a more even look, and then you'll see me come in a moment with my files, just looking at all the edges and angles that I can and making it a smooth finish, even surface all the way around. And while you're watching me do that, I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. So the reason I didn't just scrap these videos altogether after realizing that I hated how the ring was turning out and wanted to change it up, I decided I would use it as a learning experience. When it comes to the design process, sometimes you can start with something, have this cool idea in your head, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do this exactly like this. Even if you have it sketched out, which normally I sketch out my designs before working on them. And you can have an idea, and once you're working on it, you can end up not enjoying the process. You can end up not enjoying how it's turning out. And truly, if you take some time away from it, it helps you have better ideas on how you can tackle it and get it to a point where you do love it again. And that's exactly what happened with me. In the beginning of this video, I talked about how when I was first filming the part 1 of this video on my YouTube channel, I talked about how I got tired at the end and I was gonna film the next day, but that didn't happen. Things ended up happening where, 1, I was waiting on the package for the wax wire to come in, yes. 2, I truthfully kind of dreaded thinking about working on the ring. And while I had the time to wait for the package, I had this wax design sitting next to me, and every day I would look at it. And just over time, I just really did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy what I had created. And I was really debating whether or not I should just finish the video, if I should just quickly add on some wax wire prongs and be done with it, or scrap the whole ring together, scrap the video footage together, just be done with it. And I realized, like, I already have this video footage that I made. I can use this as a teaching opportunity where I show you guys how you can start with one design and end up with a completely different one. And yes, I know it's truly not that big of a difference when you see the before and after. It really is not like I know JoJo Siwa is trying to do her huge rebrand, but it's literally just like the dark version of her as a child. It's really not that big of a difference. It's the exact same as that. I am in my JoJo Siwa era. With that being said, I'm well aware that this ring is not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a difference, but I still wanted to use this as a teaching opportunity. Because every day I would sit down and I would look at this ring, and over time I kept thinking about different ways I could go about this ring and change it up. And that's when I decided I was going to completely change it. I knew I had already filmed a video for it and I really just had to finish it up. I decided I would split it into 2 parts, and in the second part you could watch me change the design of where it was into the finished product. I switched the stone out, I changed up the style of it a little bit, and at the end of this video, I really enjoy how it turned out. I really like the style of the ring. Pretty much, long story short, you have to learn what you hate to learn what you love, I guess. I guess it's like a really cheesy way of saying that. Whatever, you guys know what I'm trying to say. But here it is. So that's like another, you know, that's pretty much like an explanation as to why I split this video into 2 parts instead of just scrapping it all together. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. I will shut up now. Thanks, bye. I take that back. I'm here to explain the process of what's going on. Right now, I'm using this low temp soldering iron, which I will link in my description. This thing is amazing. I had no idea how much easier it would be with a soldering iron. I knew like general idea that it would be easier, but this soldering iron ranges from I think like 180 degrees Fahrenheit to 700. I keep it at about 380 Fahrenheit, I'm pretty sure, and it is fantastic. It literally works so good. I've made so many things like in such a quick amount of time versus how I would use the X-Acto knife and melt the wax over a candle and then lay it on my mandrel, which you saw in the video prior. Like, this thing is like the best thing ever. I'm so glad with this purchase. It was about $50, 100% worth it. It's fantastic. As you guys can see here, I really am just soldering on the wax sticks to the ring just to add some prongs. I had attempted adding prongs with the soldering iron itself and not using the actual wax sticks, and it actually worked really well. I did try with the soldering iron to build up some prongs just with some wax and not using the actual wax sticks, and it worked really well. I'm kind of surprised. I still love using the wax stick. It makes it a lot easier and also gives a more clean look, but it is an option, of course, if you need to. So I would definitely recommend, if you are working with wax and you don't already have a low temperature soldering iron that you can adjust the temperature to, get this one. It is phenomenal. Again, I really am just adding on these prongs and going in, cleaning up, touching it up, and securing the stone, making sure it looks good with this design, and then I chop off the extra length and just continue to clean it up till it looks perfecto. I am actually now done talking till the end of this video, so bye.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video of me making a wax ring. I'm super excited to show you some more that I make, especially with this new wax wire that I got. It definitely makes prongs a lot easier to make when it comes with wax. And if you do feel so inclined, please subscribe and hit the like button so you can see some more of my creations. I'm gonna end it off here. Bye! Thanks, guys.